For 22 hours, we show up, not for fame, not for applause, but for the ones who wake up every day and put everyone else first.
This is our 4th year. 22 continuous hours of real conversations, real stories, real hope. Voices that refuse to be silent. Hearts that refuse to quit.
Some are exhausted, some are hurting, some are carrying the weight of the world quietly, while still showing up for others. This podcast is for them.
On Sunday, February 22nd, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, we go live for 22 straight hours to raise funds, raise awareness, and remind people they are not alone. If you've ever felt unseen, if you've ever given more than you had, if you believe compassion still matters.
This is your moment to stand with us. Listen, share, support. Because when we come together, hope gets louder, strength multiplies. Real heroes don't wear capes. They just keep showing up, tired, unseen, and still giving.
Join us live. Sunday, February 22nd, 4 a.m. East, 1 a.m. Pacific. Show up for those who never stop showing up for others.
Because no one needs to go it alone. When we all
come together.
Hello, my name is Zach Clayton. Mission for Healthy Heroes is more than just a broadcast. It's a commitment to the people who put their well-being aside so the rest of us can live a safer, healthier life. On Sunday, February 22nd, we're hosting a 22-hour event filled with stories, resources, and conversations that truly matter. And I'm asking you for something simple but meaningful. Just 22 minutes. 22 minutes to watch, 22 minutes to participate, 22 minutes to show our heroes they're not alone. Scan the QR code for details, mark your calendar for February 22nd, and join us in lifting up people who always lift us. Good morning. Before we begin today's conversation, I want to take a minute to honor a man whose life and legacy and courage continue to shape the way we talk about service, sacrifice, and humanity. Today, we pause to shine a light on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man who believed not just in equality, not just in justice, but in the power of compassion, the strength of community, and the sacred responsibility we have to one another. Dr. King taught us that greatness is not measured by our titles or achievements, but in the willingness to serve. He said, everyone can be great because anybody can serve. And those words echo deeply in the hearts of the heroes we stand with on this show. Because service, real service, is not glamorous, it's not easy, it's not comfortable. It's a calling that asks you to show up, even when you're tired, even when you're afraid, even when the world feels heavy. Dr. King understood this. He understood that calling. He understood what it meant to walk into different spaces with courage and humility, unwavering hope. He understood what it meant to carry a burden, not for himself, but for the people he loved and the future he believed in. And today, as we honor him, we also honor every person who continues that work. Every hero who stepped forward to protect, heal, guide, and uplift others. Dr. King believed in the dignity of every human being. He believed in the power of empathy. He believed in the possibility of a world where people chose understanding over judgment, compassion over indifference, and unity over division. And that belief is at the heart of Mission for Healthy Heroes. Because look, our mission's not just about the mental health, it's not just about the wellness, it's not just about support programs and resources. It's about dignity, it's about humanity, and it's about making sure that people who serve our communities are seen, valued, and cared for. Dr. King once said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And when I look at our first responders, our veterans, our healthcare workers, our dispatchers, our corrections officers, our chaplains, our peers, supporters, our families, I see people who answer that question every single day. People who run towards the problem. People who stand in the gap. People who give more than themselves, more than most of us will ever understand. But Dr. King also taught us something else, something we don't talk about enough. He taught us that those who serve must also be supported, that those who carry the weight of others must not be left to carry their own burdens alone. That justice includes caring for the caregivers, protecting the protectors, and lifting up the people who lift up everyone else. And that's why we're here, to build a community where heroes can breathe, where they can speak, where they can heal, where they can be just a human again. Dr. King believed in the power of storytelling, the power of voices coming together to create change. He believed that when people share the truth, their truth, walls come down, hearts open, and the healing begins. So today, as we honor his legacy, we also extend an invitation to every healer, every helper, every expert, every family member, every person whose life touches the world of service. Your voice matters, your story matters, your experience matters. And sharing it is an act of courage, an act of selflessness, an act of hope. Dr. King once reminded us that the time is always right to do what's right. And today, doing what is right means building a space where heroes are not forgotten. They're not overlooked, they're not left behind, but they're honored, they're supported, and they're uplifted. So, Dr. King, we thank you, we honor you, we carry your lessons with us, and we continue the work of building a world where compassion is strength, service is sacred, and every human being is treated with dignity. This is Mission for Healthy Heroes. And today, we begin with gratitude. We would also like to let you know that we're starting a new segment every Monday morning. Scott O'Sullivan has been with us from the beginning. I've mentioned this multiple times. And if there was not Scott O'Sullivan and Rider Justice, there would not be Community Pay It Forward. We wouldn't be here. He has supported me ever since I started Biker in Distress. He supported me through this. And he's a huge proponent of the Come Together Compass. Anytime I walk into Scott with a half-baked idea, Scott listens, questions, but never argues. He always sees the vision that I see, makes sure I understand what I'm saying, and then we move forward. So what we're going to do is every Monday, I'm going to take some of the lessons that he teaches us in Rider Justice. I'm going to share them with you in honor of Scott O'Sullivan, Cherie, and everyone else at Rider Justice. And all of my friends on two wheels, I beg of you, listen to these segments. All of my friends in four wheelers, please listen to these segments. Because we're losing too many people to accidents that they don't need to be accidents. So this is our first Rider Justice segment, and I want to welcome you all to Footprints Forward for Monday, January 19th, 2026.
When we talk about Rider Justice in the community, how does Rider Justice really celebrate the community?
So the way that we celebrate the riding community is multifold. And one of the most salient things for me was years ago, and now it's in a rearview mirror, but in the early days of COVID, there were motorcycle shops, bars, and restaurants that I absolutely love and adore and are so important to the riding community that in conjunction with a bar like Dirty Dogs and Biker Down, what we did is we created a group that was called Two Wheels for Meals. And what we did is we paid these bars through volunteers and through donations to make meals for first responders, to make meals for the police, make meals for the doctors in the urgent care and the ERs that were taking care of all of our people during the COVID era. And that also helped then pay the bars and restaurants to actually make money and keep them open during those terrible times. And, since those days, we have just formed more and more relationships, more and more partnerships with people across the Denver and Colorado market to support places like, we have a great partnership with Mile High Harley in Aurora, Mile High Harley in Parker, Grand Prix, Foothills Motorcycle, Aeroco, Revit, Revzilla, you name it. We have formed these great relationships and partnerships with them to really help celebrate the motorcycle riding community.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Zach Clayton, and this is the Mission for Healthy Heroes, a space built for the people who carry the weight of the world on their shoulders and still show up again tomorrow. Today's episode, well, it's a little different than we've had before. Today, I'm not interviewing a guest. Today, I'm speaking directly to you, the healers, the helpers, the warriors, the survivors, the experts, the families, and the people who have lived through things most of the world will never understand. Because we're opening our doors, our airways, and we're expanding our table. We're building a platform where every voice that supports our heroes can be heard. They can be heard, honored, and amplified. And we want you and invite you, yes, you, to join us on this mission. Maybe you're in a clinic. Maybe you're a veteran. Maybe you're a spouse. Maybe you're a survivor. Maybe you're a researcher. Maybe you heal of a different kind, in a different way. Maybe you're someone who has never spoken publicly before, but knows deep down that your story could help someone else breathe again. One of the things that have happened in the past, people who we've actually had people tell us that I have spoken about this and I thought I had done it right. But after they got on here and they unburdened themselves with any hidden messages or whatever, they realized that their healing could actually begin because people know the complete and total truth. I'm not asking you to come on here and unburden yourself if you're not ready, but we're inviting you to come on if that sounds good. Whoever you are, if your life touches the world, if your life touches the world of first responders, healthcare workers, caregivers, military members, or their families, teachers, we want to hear from you. This is important. And people keep asking me, why are we doing this? Well, let me tell you why this matters. Every day, heroes walk into chaos so others don't have to. They see things that break the human heart. They carry memories that don't fade. They shoulder responsibility that would crush most people. And yet, they're expected to be fine. We expect them to be fine. Their bosses expect them to be fine. The community, the public, everyone expects them to be fine, to be strong, to be unshakable, to be the rock for everyone else. But here's the truth. Heroes are humans. And humans need support. And that support comes from many places. Therapists who understand trauma, doctors who treat the body and the mind, hypnotherapists who help rewire the brain, service dog trainers who give our heroes a partner in healing, chaplains who sit in silence after tragedy, peer supporters who say, I've been there too, researchers who study what works, nonprofits who fill gaps, families who will hold the line at home, veterans who survived the darkness, first responders who lived through the call that changed everything, and everyday people who simply care. The show exists because healing doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in the community. It happens where we share wisdom, stories, tools, and truth, where we never shut up. And that's why we need you. This is where the script expands into detail, okay? Each section below really, everybody that we're talking about is giving you something that can help you figure out if you're right for this program. And the truth is, you're right for it. Sign up, please. If you care, we want you. But we're really looking for people in the areas of trauma, therapists, psychologists, counselors. If you're a trauma therapist, psychologist, counselor, or mental health professional who works with first responders, veterans, or healthcare workers, we need your voice. We need your suggestions. We need your experience. You understand the difference between a bad day and a moral injury. You've sat with heroes who can't sleep, who can't stop replaying the call, who feel guilty for surviving, or who feel numb when they wish they could feel anything at all. You've seen the masks they wear. You've heard the stories. They don't tell their families. They can't tell their families. You know the science behind the trauma, and you know the humanity behind it too. On this show, you can help heroes understand the program, why their reactions are normal, why trauma is not weakness, how healing actually works, what tools make a difference, how families can support without fixing or expectations of fixing, and how leaders can build each other stronger. Look, the truth is, your expertise could save a life. If you're a hypnotherapist, EMDR practitioner, somatic healer, breath work coach, or someone who works with the subconscious, your work is often misunderstood, even doubted, but science has proven it can be incredibly powerful. Heroes are trained to override their bodies, override fear, override emotion, override exhaustion. You hear about doctors working 30, 40 hours at a time, nurses. Your body is not built for that. Yeah, it's a little bit of an indictment on the system, I think. But they do it because that's their job. You can help them reconnect with the parts of themselves they've shut down to survive. You can talk about rewiring trauma responses, breaking cycles of hypervigilance, releasing stored stress, rebuilding a sense of safety, using the mind as a tool for healing. Your voice belongs here. You can tell mine aren't trained, but service dog trainers, animal assisted therapy providers, if you train dogs, help me. Therapy dogs are emotional support animals. You already know the magic you bring into a hero's life. A dog doesn't judge. A dog doesn't ask questions. A dog doesn't need explanations. A dog just stays. And sometimes that's the difference between spiraling and surviving. You can share how dogs are trained, how they detect anxiety or panic, how they interrupt flashbacks, how they help with sleep, how they support veterans and first responders, real stories of transformation. Your work is healing in motion. I was talking about it the other day. I watched a video of a young girl who was about to have a seizure. And all of a sudden, her dog comes in and grabs a pillow, puts it on the floor where she's standing. She was doing dishes, I believe. This dog comes in and puts a pillow on the floor and grabs, just kind of grabs her hand and gets her attention. Makes her aware something was going on. This wonderful animal gets this young lady to sit on the ground. The dog goes over to the fridge, grabs a water out of the fridge, and sets it next to her. This young girl laid on the ground, and this dog laid right next to her on her chest, so she knew he was there. He or she, I'm sorry, I don't know the dog. I don't know the sex of the dog. But this dog laid there until the event was over. Dogs are amazing animals. When they're trained, actually, we've got a wonderful trainer working with the dogs, but she's only been at it for 2 weeks, so give them time. Doctors, nurses, medics, and healthcare workers, we need you. If you are a doctor, nurse, medic, or healthcare professional, you've seen trauma from the inside. You've held hands in final moments. You've created life, brought life into the world. You've worked through exhaustion. You've faced violence in the workplace. You've carried the weight of impossible decisions. You can speak to burnout, to compassion, to fatigue, moral distress, system failures, what real support looks like, how to protect the next generation of healers. Your voice matters. If you've served in the military, especially if you're walking through trauma, transition, or recovery, your story could change someone's life. You know what it is like to come home, but not feel home. You know what it's like to lose brothers and sisters. You know what it's like to carry memories you didn't ask for. You can talk about deployment, reintegration, survivor's guilt, PTSD, identity lost, finding purpose again. Look, your courage doesn't end with your service. Sharing your story is another important act of bravery. First responders, police, fire, EMS, dispatch, and corrections. I want to reiterate what we said on a video last week. And this is something that we've been saying for years with this program. There are good and bad everywhere. Bad human beings bring down good human beings. That's just the way it is. Bad human beings put an ugly light on good human beings. And right now, we're seeing a lot of people put a bad light on our law enforcement officers. We here at Community Pay It Forward still support our officers. The ones who are out there, the ones who are doing a very, very difficult job that's being made even more difficult by a lot of people doing some very, very bad things. So we ask you to please join us and support the good. Support the good, and let's hope that, you know what, good will prevail. If you are a first responder, active or retired, you've lived calls that never make the news. You've seen the worst days of people's lives. You've held the line when no one else could. You've carried things home that you never meant to. There is, and this is one of the things that aggravates the hell out of me. There is no such thing as leaving home at home, leaving work at work. You're a human being. Quite honestly, if you can take and shut your emotions off at the snap of a finger, I'm a little concerned about you. Some people do it better than other people. We know this. Some people are great at it. But I mean, I want you to think about it. When was the last time you had a bad day at work and you went home and you took it home and you don't mean to do it, but it happened? Imagine this if you were in this situations. In this kind of situation, if you've had this kind of experience, you can share the reality behind the uniform, the toll of shift work. We talked about those 30, 40-hour shifts, the moments that changed you, the things that you wish the public understood, the support you needed but didn't get, the hope you found anyway. Your story could be the one that helps another hero feel less alone. This next one, we actually got a call on the other day and we told him, yes, we need you. We absolutely need you. If you're the spouse, partner, or family member of a hero, you carry a different kind of weight. You've lived the late nights, the missed holidays, the emotional distance. You've watched the person you love come home, and it's not the person that you loved that went away. You've held the family together when the job pulled them away. You can speak to community struggles, loneliness, fear, raising kids in a hero household, which has got to be a different aspect of life that you never expected. What support actually helps? What families need from departments and communities? Again, your voice is essential. Chaplains, faith leaders, spiritual care providers. You walk into moments where words fail. You sit with grief, you sit with guilt, you sit with questions that not even you have easy answers to. You can talk about moral injury, spiritual trauma, finding meaning after tragedy, supporting families, interfaith care, the sacred weight of this work. Your presence belongs grounding and hope. Sorry, your presence belongs. Your presence brings grounding and hope. Researchers, academics, and policy experts. If you study hero wellness, mental health, end of life prevention, burnout, resilience, your data can drive change. You can help us understand what's working, what's failing, what needs to change. How can leaders build healthier systems? What the research says about trauma recovery. Your insights can shape a hero's future. If you're a nonprofit, advocate, community leader, you're building solutions where systems have fallen short, generally for you. You're taking an experience that happened to you and trying to build something better. You're taking where you've seen a failure and bringing light and hope to where there was none before. You can share programs that work, gaps that need filling, stories of impact, ways communities can step up, how people can get involved. One other thing I like to think of is that as a nonprofit, you also can find a wonderful partnership with the other guests that we have here. Say you're taking care of one aspect of our heroes, but you're looking for someone else who takes care of this other aspect. You can create these bonds that maybe can help create the healing of the complete hero. Mind, body, soul, all of it. Your work deserves the spotlight. Your story is what is so important. Maybe you're listening and you're thinking, my story isn't important. I'm not an expert. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't know if I'm ready. Well, let me suggest something. Someone out there needs your voice. Someone out there is struggling with the same thing that you survived. Someone out there is surviving with the same struggle you are going through. Someone out there is carrying the same fear, the same guilt, the same exhaustion. Someone out there is waiting for a sign that they're not alone. You could be that sign. You don't have to be polished. We're not looking for professionals. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to show up. You just have to be willing to be the hero that people are looking for. If you feel even a small tug at your heart right now, reach out. Use the QR code up in the corner. You can also send us a message. Email me at Zach, Z-A-K, at communitypayitforward.us. Zach at communitypayitforward.us. Or connect with me at 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751. I do ask that you send me a text before you give me a call. Because of my head injury, I need to be in a quiet place when we have a conversation for me to be able to really participate in the conversation. Tell us who you are and what you'd like to share. And we'll walk you through the process. We'll make it comfortable. We're not here to call you out. We're not here to make you even more uncomfortable. We're here to be a service that offers support for everyone. We will honor your story. We will protect your boundaries. We will celebrate your courage. Look, this is not just a show. This is a mission. This is the mission for Healthy Heroes. To every healer, helper, survivor, leader, and loved one listening, your voice matters. Your story matters. Your wisdom matters. Your experience matters. And together we can build something that changes lives. This is Mission for Healthy Heroes, year 4. And our mission, although it is year 4, it is just beginning. So please, join us. Become part of the solution. Be someone's solution. Help people through those very, very tough times that you went through. We released a video the other day about what is the Come Together Compass. Please go back and watch that video, and I will try to tag that video to this video so you can actually just click on it and you can go there and you can watch it. You can join us, schedule a time for yourself up here. Sorry, not in my fish tank, but up here. You can also become a sponsor. Certain sponsorships include being part of our new shirt that will be coming out right around that time. So if you'd like to show people that you are part of the Mission for Healthy Heroes, I encourage you to jump on now by scanning the QR code to get onto their shirt to support the Come Together Compass program. If you have any questions, you can go here and contact me. That was actually kind of fun. I was just wondering if I could do that. So it all starts here or here for here and to be here. Yeah, that was fun. Easily amused. What can I say? Every year, this is a program that I laugh my ass off. And next time, I'm wiping away, in the next 20 minutes, I'm wiping away tears. I'm so encouraged by the work somebody's doing. And in the next minute, I get a gut punch in the holes in the system. I'm so excited about somebody's healing, somebody's success story. And then I'm crushed by the loss of a hero that we lost in the system. These are the stories that we need, and these are the reasons why we need you. Please join us. Even though it sounds like it a lot of times, I'm not doing this just to hear myself talk for 22 hours. I do want to thank my friends at Things Network for allowing me to broadcast this show this morning. Footprints Forward is intended to help people through very difficult mental health issues. We are introducing people to solutions, to stories. Footprints Forward was actually started because of Mission for Healthy Heroes. We decided that we couldn't just talk about it once a year and let it go. So we started a show every morning. And this show is not just on the PAC channel. This show is on Things Network. And I want to thank Jeremy. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Adrian, for their support. And I want to thank you for joining us. If you have questions, if you have suggestions on who we should talk to, please introduce them to us. Use the information below, get a hold of me, and introduce them to us. We would love to tell their story. They do not have to be a partner in the Community Pay It Forward program. We really hope they see the value in the program, but they don't have to be a partner. All they need to have is a story, a solution, or a thought. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Those of you who are not working today, enjoy your family. Enjoy your time. And may I suggest, do something for someone outside your home. Because that is what this day is about. A man who did a lot of things for other people. And in the end, it cost him his life. But the work he did and the work that people are doing to keep his name alive have given him a legacy. So we do invite you to please. Apparently somebody's coming down to the office. Damn dogs. Anyway, folks, thank you so very much. Please remember to love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. Mission for Healthy Heroes is it's a little over a month away. So let's get to work. Please join us now. Make sure you get the best time available for you. If you cannot be there on that day, I do encourage you to come on and record a segment with me. I don't like doing the recorded segments as much because we can't answer questions right away. But you know what? We will do them if that's the way we've got to tell your story, because your story is so important. So please use the QR code, get involved. Get involved like our great friend who will be giving free readings this Wednesday night at 8 p.m. East, right here on the PAC channel for Community Impact, Miss Lynn Sobolski.
Hi, my name is Lynn Sobolski, and I'm a giving partner on the Community Pay It Forward program. You may recognize me from Lynn's Day, which is a monthly feature on the third Wednesday where I read live tarot for whoever wants to join us. And so I thought I would take a minute and talk about tarot readings in the context of mental health, because as it turns out, there is a conversation to be had there. So briefly, what the science shows us is that for people who suffer from depression, PTSD, and other mental health issues, their brains undergo physiological changes. There are areas that become less connected, there are areas that shrink, there are areas that become overactive. What science also shows us is that spirituality acts as a protective mechanism for these same structures in the brain. What am I saying? I'm saying that for people who consider themselves spiritual, religious, who have some sort of belief system that is spiritual or religious or mystical, for those people, their brains show the opposite. Their structures are growing and expanding instead of shrinking. Their connections are increased. Their activity is normal versus overactive. And so in the context of tarot readings, if someone is receiving a reading and they're having an experience that is powerful and profound and speaks to their spiritual or religious beliefs, that shift in perspective that they experience during that reading, those moments of wonder and awe, specifically target the areas of the brain that are damaged from stress and trauma. And so by creating a dramatic shift in the way someone perceives themselves or their world or their situation, something like a tarot reading actually can set someone up for future improved mental health outcomes. So is there a woo-woo element to tarot? Absolutely. But there is also a scientific element that says a tarot reading can be good for you. Thanks for listening.
Hello world, my name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer, and I am also a consultant at Z World Webs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has Z potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website Z World is waiting for. Thank you.
Hey, before we go, I just got an email from a really good friend of ours. He is not a partner, but he's a really good friend of ours, Mr. Timothy Murray. You can see Timothy's information on the bottom here, but he is pleased to share an upcoming complimentary educational webinar designed to help families address some of today's most important challenges: building long-term savings and investments, dealing with devices, kids and screen time, insights on how to set up your child for life, uh, school, college, and career funds. Each topic will feature a 15-minute presentation followed by opportunities to join separate breakout rooms for Q&A and discussion on that area that interests you the most. If you would like a copy of the flyer, please connect with me at Zach@communitypayitforward.us. Once again, that's Zach@communitypayitforward.us. I will also share this information on the description of the video, including the jot form that you can take and click on. And when you click on that jot form, it will give you all of the information that you need. So please, if you're looking to further yourself in your financial health, check out our friend Tim. He's he's not part of the program yet, but this is a chance for maybe you to get to know him a little bit. So, folks, once again, please, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Sign in. Get involved. Do whatever you are comfortable doing. Until January 15th, When you join the Giving Partner family, you receive a second year in your contract, and you will be listed as a sponsor of this event for this year and next. You will receive 10% off the normal rate, which means you get 2 years at least at a 10% discount. So please come on, join us in a Palladium, Gold, or Platinum partnership. You get a wonderful discount. You get 2 free years, and you get to be a sponsor, and your logo goes on the shirt. Never been a better time to become a giving partner here at Community Pay It Forward. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And until next Monday, please remember,